So welcome to day one. These girls have just polished off 500 grams of lupins, approximately a head. So the reason why we give them lupins is they're very high in protein and that they will flush the egg, so get rid of all the old eggs, and obviously new ones will come along ready for the boys in a few weeks. So they'll go on 10 days of 500 grams a head. Good thing about lupins too, because it's a legume, very low risk of acidosis, which is not friendly. There is a risk of overheating, a bit like giving your dog too many eggs. And to counteract that, just in case it does occur to these guys, one, they've got loads of water over there, and two, we fed them at night. It's about 8 o'clock at night, 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. So you can see it's very overcast. It's quite cool, so the girls should have a lot of fun on those. I'll see if I can splice in a bit of the feeding frenzy, which before. They are not dainty, they are absolute pigs. They actually sound like pigs at a trough. So as you can see, they're all absolutely as full as googs at the minute. Yeah, and at the back there, we've got Kurtley on the left, named after Kurtley Ambrose because he's got dreadlocks, he's a Tsuri. And the proud one on the right is Riggs, obviously after lethal weapon. And they're the two flock protectors. So those guys will stay with this mob of sheep right through until they lamb, and then once they lamb, go right through with them until the lambs are weaned. And then they'll actually stay with the weaners. We find that they're brilliant during fox season with lambing, and they actually calm the weaners down immensely as well. So there's some of the girls you've seen from last year. There's also the South Down, so they'll get joined later on in the year. And then over here is some of the older girls who will actually be sold on Wednesday. That's actually a good portion of our founding flock. So very sorry to see the girls go, but it's time to move on. So then we have Wolf, or Lightning. He's our big Maremma, so he's out in the paddock on lambing duties. As you can see, he's ferocious. And then we also have Pippi over there. And that's one of the very scraggly ewes that'll get sold on Wednesday. She's a cull. So I'll see if I can splice in a bit of the footage I got of the feeding frenzy, but it was not pretty. Most of these girls are 85. The more mature girls, orange and white tags, are 85 to 100 kilos. And the green tags are probably around that 65 to 75 mark. We're actively trying to bring the ewe size down, simply because they're getting too big. 100 kilo ewe, and they are in very good condition. So they're fat, fit and healthy, have a lot of muscle mass. For a shearer to manage 100 kilo ewe, and then to back up with 120, 130, 140 kilo rams, the breeds are simply getting too big to handle. So we're actively trying to breed the ewes a bit smaller, but then you look at lambing ease, the size of the lamb, so lambing ease is how easily it pops out, and also to the gestational length. A bigger lamb on a smaller gestational length, so day 140 to 145 is not too bad. Once it goes over that, they can get themselves into quite a bit of problems. Also looking to, obviously, structure is a massive thing for ewes as well, to make sure they're structured correctly to get the lamb out, but also to how the lamb is actually formed as well. Obviously in birth weight for lambs is massive. Set of twins, about 5 kilos, seems to do really well in our our cold, wet conditions when they're lambing. But yeah, so these are a mixture of ewes that we've bred ourselves, and we've also bought in to get the genetics we're after. But I'll definitely have to splice in a bit of the girls going berserk on the food, because seriously, it's like a fat kid at a buffet. They just don't care. Manners go out the door, and they just power through it. All right, thanks very much. More to come. We put the girls on some lupins. This flushes them, so it gets rid of all the old eggs and puts fresh eggs ready in for the boys. So they're actually on 500 grams of crushed lupins a day, varying, so you can put them on 250, right up to 500. We had a bit extra cash, so I thought, why not? Put a little bit extra weight on them, The girls absolutely love the lupins as well. They're a legume, and we've also got one girl